Hello creators of all kinds, that's my gamers, musicians, visual artists, filmmakers, and curious minds. Welcome to AI X Trends, your weekly dive into how AI is reshaping industry across all creative arts. We're not just recapping the latest news this week from AI X gaming, music, and visuals. We're going to actually zoom out on all of them to uncover some patterns, some shifts, some opportunities that span all the creative worlds and interdisciplinary. Think of this episode as your actionable guide to experimenting with AI, coming to you every week, because whether you're sketching, composing, coding, or designing, these tools aren't just assistants anymore. They are becoming collaborators, big-time competitors, and sometimes even mischievous little muses. So by the end of today's show, you'll have a map of this week's emerging AI trends, some practical tips for you in your own work, and some hands-on prompts to try immediately, actionable stuff. So buckle up, it's about to get insightful, a little bit playful, and it's going to be a little bit weird.
I didn't need all the flashy colors or the sight that you are.
Alright, so let's step back a little bit and look at the bigger picture. So across gaming, music, and visual arts this week, there were three clear patterns that we saw emerging. We saw one, AI as a co-creator. In Japanese game studios, companies like Level 5 are letting AI handle up to 90% of the development tasks. In music, pedals like the Groundhog Audio's One Pedal lets artists instantly emulate legendary tones. And in the visual arts world, AI has co-authored exhibitions and even authenticated a Caravaggio painting across industries. AI isn't just a tool, it's a collaborator that's shaping the creative process. That's one. Number two, automation is meeting experimentation. AI-generated game testing, Reason's studio-quality vocal synthesizers, and NVIDIA's blueprint for 3D modeling are all demonstrating that repetitive technical work can now be largely offloaded to AI. And that's freeing humans to experiment more, iterate faster, and focus on nuance, emotion, and originality. Number three, cultural amplification and hybrid trends. Roblox's Italian brain rot, yes, and AI-generated short-form video feeds like Meta's Vibes, and AI music charting on billboards, full AI charting on the billboards, is how AI is interacting with culture. Regional aesthetics, internet microcultures, and audience engagement patterns are being amplified globally, often in ways human creators couldn't scale on their own in previous generations. So put together, these trends are showing a world where AI shifts both process and perception, how work is made, how it's experienced, and how audiences are responding to it. So let's dive into those three core trends, and then one wild left field one that's probably worth messing with this week. Why not? So our first trend is AI as collaborator. So from Level 5's game engine to One Pedal on stage, like we talked about, AI stepping out of the shadows and into the co-creation space. It's no longer going to be just a background assistant that's generating the textures and test runs, and it is going to do that and be better at it. But it is actively shaping style, tone, and even storytelling. In visual arts, AI is remixing brushstrokes, suggesting color palettes, sometimes authenticating centuries-old work. So this trend isn't about replacement, it's about hybrid authorship. So for creators, what does that mean? It means your role is going to shift from the sole executor to a little bit more of a director of an AI ensemble, if you so choose. You set the parameters, you curate the outputs, and maintain an aesthetic vision. You're a project manager now. And AI does the grunt work, but the human spark remains a differentiator. What are your actionable takeaways for this topic, which is what we really want to look at? Number one, you want to treat AI as a brainstorming partner. It's been said a million times, but you want to test multiple outputs and pick what resonates, meaning with you and even with the audience. You have something like TikTok in front of you. Throw out a bunch of ideas, see what goes, see what doesn't go, and move from there. You have a whole focus group sitting in your phone on multiple platforms. Give it a shot. Two, maintain that human fingerprint. Tweak AI outputs to preserve personal style, meaning also whether you're a musician, a visual artist, or a gamer, put down on paper and photograph and date what you created and what went into AI, so when the gavel drops, we know what's what. Three, you're going to want to explore cross-medium collaborations using AI outputs from one discipline to inspire another, meaning you might not have been a musician, but now you can be through Suno. You might have been a developer, and now you're all of a sudden making an album. cross-pollinate. That's the beauty of this, and that's why we like to talk about all these ideas together here on Trends, because they all affect one another at the end of the day. And we all have a lot more access to each of these things that we haven't always been so proficient in. So keep an eye on that. 4, said it already with maintaining the human fingerprint, but document those decisions. I'm going to say it again. It shows what's human versus AI for accountability and for reflection personally, but also in a courtroom one day in case, you hit $1 million song, it hit on the Billboard charts, and all of a sudden Suno says, you know what? That's ours. So make sure you read contracts, document everything, and show what is really yours. So for you guys, I'd love to know, if AI handled 50 to 80% of your creative process, how would you assert your personal style or narrative? One of the studios said itself, it's using 90% AI. How are you asserting your style at that point? Do you have a way to push in now because they've given up too much to AI? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think is too far and what isn't. So a hands-on experiment to leave you with this trend. I'd love it if you tried to take an AI tool that's relevant to your field. So for example, Stable Diffusion for visuals, Rezzing for vocals, or an AI-assisted level design in Unity. Generate 3 to 5 outputs and then refine them manually. Get the idea and then do something different to them. Why? I think it's going to help you explore the balance between AI generation and human curation, and it'll help you notice what's uniquely yours and what's generated. It might even help you suss out your ideas a little better. So let me know what you come up with. Put it in the comments. I'd love to see it. Trend 2 is going to be automated experimentation and iteration. So AI isn't just helping create, we're testing, we're iterating, we're experimenting. And in gaming, AI can complete a game autonomously. So, it sounds funny, you build a game with AI, the AI plays it, and you just watch, but that's maybe where we're going. But the important part of this one is that it's revealing bugs, balancing challenges faster than any human QA team could do. In music, for example, Rezzing, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, allows rapid prototyping of vocal ideas. So if you're a songwriter, you can prototype 1 million different versions of the song being sung because you're the songwriter. So to you, you've done your authentic part. NVIDIA, their blueprint program for 3D artists, is cutting down rigging and texturing time dramatically, leaving people more time to be creative. So what it means is simple. Repetitive tasks are being automated, giving you more bandwidth to explore, do creative tasks, and push the boundaries, which is what we're going to really need to do in an age of AI slop. So your iterations are going to be cheaper, faster, and more numerous, which can drastically increase innovation and fun. So I'm going to give you 4 actionable takeaways from this one and tips. So you're going to want to use AI for rapid prototyping. I don't want to say want to use. Try it. Test ideas without committing hours up front. It's a really great way to get your ideas out of your head and to think about it different ways. 2, treat automation as a sandbox for creative risk-taking. 3, document iterations to learn patterns in AI suggestions. So that's going back to the documenting, even for yourself, so you can understand what it's giving you back. Is it starting to push you one way and you want to push another way? And 4, cross-check your AI outputs for surprises. You might discover some unexpected aesthetics or mechanics, meaning throw an idea into Gemini, throw it into ChatGPT, give it a bit of a different prompt, talk it through this way, see what else it gives you, have it edit for you, take it back. What would you explore? If you want to leave in the comments, I'd love that. If your repetitive tasks were becoming completely automated, what would you explore? What would you have more time for? Is your job currently repetitive tasks? Are you worried about it, or are you going off on your own to do more? Let me know about that. And now for the hands-on experiment for that one, I'd love it if you guys tried to pick one tedious part of your workflow. I'm sure you can think of one. We all have one we hate. Is it 3D rigging? Is it vocal roughing? Level testing? Try and automate it with an AI tool. See if it works. See if it's all hype. Then spend the saved time experimenting with style, narrative, and composition. See if that works for you. See if you get a good product, and see what the learning curve was. So why? Because experiencing automation firsthand highlights what AI is going to do best and where your human insights add value and where AI can't add value. For our third cultural trend here, culture and community amplification. So trends like, of all things, Roblox, Italian brain rot, Meta's AI-generated short videos and vibes, and AI music charting on billboards. Just as recently as last week, an actual fully AI person charting on the AI billboards is a new reality. And AI is accelerating cultural creation and amplification. So niche aesthetics are becoming global phenomena overnight. And AI isn't just replicating it, it's curating and remixing it at scale. So for creators, it opens up opportunities and challenges. You're going to be able to reach audiences in novel ways, but you're going to have to consider the cultural resonance and the audience expectations. So it's no longer just about making something cool, it's about making something that connects with people. And we are in a heavily niched world. So that can be something to focus on. A lot of people want to shoot for a million different people, but if you just shoot for a few in one specific place, they understand you, you understand them, you slowly start to build, because a lot of that is authenticity. What are your actionable takeaways from that one? You want to observe AI-driven micro trends for inspiration in your own work. If you are in a certain genre, or if you are focusing on a certain group of folks in cultures or wherever, understand what functions in there. Understand how you can connect to it. Understand what you can add. Those are going to be the important things. Number 2, engage with online communities to test cultural relevance. And not just to test, but to authentically engage and learn from them. But that's what TikTok testing is going to do too. It's going to see what hits with people, but you also want to hear from them, not just the algorithm. Number 3, experiment with cross-cultural mashups. So let AI remix regional aesthetics. Give us something new, but be mindful. Some people might not like certain things that are remixed or quote stolen or whatever it is. So be careful what you're choosing and be authentic. 4, stay mindful of originality. Verse viral replication, balance innovation and trend awareness. We see it in the TikToks. People all copy the video. They get their views, but at the end of the day, you've literally just copied nothing. You've contributed nothing. If you're just looking for views, God bless you. But if you're looking to, add something and do something artistically, you're going to want to think more about that. And so my question to you guys now is, how would you use AI, or how do you use AI to amplify your creative voice in whatever field you are in, and how do you do it without losing your authenticity? Are you honest with your audience? Do not mention it at all. Do you use it in parts that help speed the process but are not artistically involved? Leave a comment. I would love to know that. Our final trend is going to be our left field trend, and it's kind of what we were hinting at. It's cross-disciplinary AI play. So AI is now enabling that cross-disciplinary mashups that were a little bit impossible before. Maybe not impossible, but a lot more difficult for solo people. So imagine AI-generated music influencing in-game level aesthetics, or AI visuals dictating rhythmic patterns for a song. So in one recent example, Meta's AI video feed, the Vibes thing, is inspired visual motifs that mirrored popular music trends. So this is the frontier of hybrid creativity, where a visual artist is actually experimenting with sound, a game designer is experimenting with animation-inspired music, and AI becomes the connective tissue between worlds that were otherwise not connected or not as deeply connected, and connected live as you play. So what are your 3 actionable takeaways from this cross-disciplinary AI thing? Number 1, look beyond your primary medium. Borrow cues from music, gaming, or visuals. You may consider yourself a painter, but in the larger scope, you're a creator. And there's more to your painting than just the strokes on the page. And now you're able to touch on some other things that might have had something within you. Maybe you add something to the painting now that you can work with music. It's a beautiful thing. It's a cross-disciplinary world where people can play in each other's sandboxes, learn from the best in those sandboxes, and come across it more readily. So look into that. Number 2, prototype hybrid experiments using the AI as the glue. Throw some ideas into Suno, prompt it, give it some lyrics you might have written. Did you write a poem? Have AI take a photo of your painting, have AI analyze it, throw that into the lyric machine. Try something new. Prototype. Give it a shot. It might not make any sense. You might get an idea. Number 3, again, document any cross-pollination experiments or any AI in general. It could spark entirely new workflows or get you in trouble, but you'd want to document for your own benefit, to get better, to improve, and to make sure that if it ever comes up that AI needs proof of authorship, you have it ready to go. and you're not starting from square nothing because we didn't read the contracts right. So what unexpected combinations and creative mediums could you explore with AI this week? I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about. I'd love to give you a hands-on experiment to try if you're interested to go. I'd love it if you took a short clip, either visual, music, game snippet, whatever your field is, and run it through a complimentary AI tool, a free one. Don't go pay for anything. Visual to sound, music to visual, gameplay to animation. Notice any patterns that emerge. Notice what it gives you. See if it's thinking about things a different way. See how it views your art. And just play with what comes out. Don't be afraid of it or just throw it in the trash. But I think it encourages a little bit of lateral thinking and highlights how AI can really reveal connections across disciplines and really open people's eyes to things that they might not have understood because they didn't feel like they were an expert in. And maybe being an expert is not something we need as much in music because a lot of things come from the non-experts and then they become the experts in the future. So keep that in mind. So what's the 50,000 foot view as we wrap up this episode? This week's AI trends tell us, 1, that AI is increasingly a collaborator. Your role is shifting from executor to curator and director. 2, automation frees creators to experiment, iterate, and innovate faster. 3, AI accelerates cultural amplification. Regional trends can be global overnight. 4, ethical and stylistic considerations remain central and unsolved, so your human fingerprint matters legally and ethically and philosophically and artistically. 5, cross-disciplinary AI opens an entirely new creative opportunity that everybody needs to be trying and playing with. 6, documentation and reflection are as important as experimentation, both for your protection and for your improvement of your own art. And 7, active curiosity, observing, testing, and remixing, playing with whatever is new, even if you don't love it or agree with it. Those are the most valuable skills in the current AI era. We have so many tools, and it's offering you so much more learning and possibility. So I hope that you guys have taken something from these trends. I hope that you follow me in the specific AI X show that works with you. For my gamer friends, game developers, we have AI X Gaming. For my musicians, producers, mixers, we have AI X Music. And we have AI X Visuals as well for the visual creatives. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me through AI X Trends and through the other iterations. And I hope that you can stick with me every week so that you're up to date on what's new, what's fresh, what your competitors are, how your collaborators are coming about better and changing. So we're keeping you up to speed. So I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe. And I will see you guys next week for AI X Trends. Thanks very much.